Welcome to another episode of Premier League this week happening or something. I don't know what the name's going to be like. Hey, if you guys have any names that you guys like, let us know down below in the comments. I would love to hear what it's going to be because it would be fun. Anyways, thank you again for being here, folks. We do appreciate y'all being here. And once again, I have my friend Matt. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long week, but
Long
we're
week.
here.
Yes, long week. Um, the unfortunate thing this week, we didn't get a prediction video out of for these week 5 games. Um, either we just didn't have time, or we just did not know it was going to be this soon, and we had a game plan on that we're going to be on tonight. Um, that's okay. What we'll do is we'll do like we did for week 2, where we would say who we thought more than likely we would have had, and then we'll say okay the game is good or bad or what or just comments on the game, and we'll see how it goes from there. Our first game is going to be Crystal Palace Brentford. The score was 1-1. What do you think you would have had, Matt?
It's tough because I think both of these teams I would put as like very solid teams,
Hmm.
teams with a lot of promise.
Yep.
It honestly could have gone either
When you
way.
shop at Walmart, you
Um,
already know how to
in
save
terms
a
of
little more
form,
and get a little more.
let's see, they're both coming
Make
off
life
a
a little better.
not the greatest performance, I believe. Palace lost to City the week before, and Brentford drew with Everton. So they both have something to prove. Um, Hard to say. Like it's easy to say, oh yeah, I would have predicted a draw, but I might have. I could have easily picked Palace to win. I might have given them the edge um, with Vieira and all that. Um, yeah. What did you think would have happened?
So I think I would have gone in and um, I think I would have gave Crystal Palace actually a win on this one. Crystal Palace actually won the weird times, but I will say Crystal Palace actually one of the better teams, not only because they have one amazing striker, but because they have two amazing strikers on their team that can actually play. They have a good defense, and they played solidly against the big squads. So I would have definitely
They
have
do.
seen it would have been a Crystal Palace win, probably 2-1. I would have gone with. Um, it did end 1-1, but they the game seemed, at least via the highlights, that it was hard fought. It was like both teams thought they could win. I don't think either one of the teams thought like the other team, was lesser of value than them. I really
Right.
believe both of them were like, no, 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 we got it. This is good. It's a good game. It's a good system. Like we're all playing like our butts off here. Great job. Um, I will say, like I think we are talking during the break. One of the guys had a amazing goal. Um,
Zaha.
yeah, I wouldn't say it was the goal of the week, even maybe, but I would say, holy crap, was it good? He made this move where it was like I thought, oh, dude, he's going outside. Like push him. He's going outside. Let him go outside. It's fine. He's going outside. Just push him out, 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 out. He cuts back inside and does this curl. Just woo. It's like, oh, it's going wide. Nope. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna break physics on a spin ball. Boop, goes in. Just amazing, amazing guy, amazing goal, amazing player overall. So, yeah, it was a good goal. Uh, really, mad props also to Brentford for coming back in that game and getting the
Yeah, third
draw
goal.
in
Yeah,
like, what was it, the 85th minute or something like that?
88th minute.
88th minute. Um, uh, so good on them. Good on them. Good play. Good on them. Great game. Draw. I think that was a reasonable. I think draw was a good
Yeah,
score. And I don't see it being strange on that at all.
I
So
think both teams will believe that they could have come out with the win,
yeah,
but not overwhelmingly so.
yeah, I agree. Let's see. Next game for that week is going to be Fulham versus Brighton. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you do it first because that's what I like. I like you going first. Go
Let's
ahead.
do it. So I can already say that I would not have predicted this outcome. I think Fulham has shown some fight. They beat Brentford just a couple match weeks ago. Um, but otherwise, they are a newly promoted side and they still have something to prove. But they proved something this game, that I had a lot of faith in Brighton, and they couldn't quite hang in here with Fulham. They definitely played well. They had a lot of the ball.
Hmm.
They tested Leno a few times,
Yep.
but they ended up allowing one goal for Mitrovic yet again. He keeps scoring. He's second in the league in goals,
Yeah.
um, which was something that not everyone was expecting because the last time Fulham came up, he had led the championship in goals the year before and just it did not convert that at all.
Yep.
So he's already doing a lot better now. Props to him. The second goal, very unfortunate for Brighton. Fulham was crossing the ball like through the box.
Hmm.
Dunk stuck out his leg to block the cross, and it just went right past the goalie. And that proved to be the game winner as they got a penalty later in the game, which McAllister converted. But um, props to Fulham. I would have predicted a Brighton win, I think, and the opposite happened.
Yeah,
What?
I'm in a complete agreement on you, except for one small thing. I think you said like uh, Fulham kind of they played well, but it was kind of a um, Brighton almost didn't play well or something. And I would say I would say Fulham, if they would have converted some easy chances, could have had the game at least three goals,
Wow.
or had it would have been able to get a fourth one. They got one in, I think I saw in the 30th minute or something, where one of the guys, um, easily they did this like cross play, up, and they start pushing with three guys up. One guy wide on the left, one guy in the middle, and one guy, of course, who had the ball on the right. He's going down the middle. He kicks the ball, and all of a sudden their striker, which wasn't Mitrovic, just kind of gives up on it. And kind of, oh, I'm not going to go in the middle. I'm just going to kind of just take a few steps. Like, okay, oh, the guy on the left's going to pick it up. No, if he would have gone full stride on it, easy, dead middle chance right at the goal. Um, so I think if Fulham can learn from that, I think here's the thing that though too. I think one big thing for Fulham that Fulham needs to learn is when they are up, they have to learn how to not just defend, or as my coaches used to say, don't play to not win, play to win, and that means
Instead of to not lose, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't play not to lose. Yeah. So basically, don't go in there and go, guys. We just defense. Just keep trying. Just make sure you don't let shots in, don't let goals in, don't let just let play back. No, play what you guys were playing before because guess what? That's been working. And so I will give full credit to Fulham. I think we had them as our team is going down because I mean, come on, it's Fulham. But holy crap, Fulham's just playing amazing. They're telling the league like, hey guys, we can keep up with you, and
Yeah.
I will not be surprised if you see Fulham, uh, in the last week of the season not have to fight to stay up. I won't be surprised at all.
Yeah. It's
So
possible.
yeah, I
They
would
are even above their West London rivals,
yes,
much to my chagrin.
uh-huh, and I will give the team mad props on that one. Definitely mad props. Next game, All right, I'll let you go first on this one. Next game, Southampton, Chelsea. Let's see, what's the score? Oh my God, what? South, what? 2-1? Oh God, what? 2-1? Let's.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, go. You know what, Matt? I'm gonna let you go ahead first here. I'm gonna let you talk about
Okay.
this game. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
So I will start out with the caveat that I didn't watch this game. I
What?
wasn't paying attention, and I saw after the game happened, I saw a notification that said, "Oh, like you know, react to the Chelsea and Southampton game." And I
Mm,
thought, "Oh, well, they played midweek. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what the score is." Um, I was not happy to read the score. Um, they scored the first goal. Sterling yet again. He's at 3 on the season. He is
Yep.
consistently a very strong offensive threat for the team. But like Thomas Tuchel said after the game, they have not been a very hard team to play against. I think they're not really making other teams struggle. They aren't making teams suffer like your Liverpools and your Man Cities. Um,
Mhm.
and they paid for it. And this is the second away loss in a row of the campaign after they lost at Leeds just 2 match weeks ago.
Yep.
Um, they were without 2 players still suspended um, after Koulibaly is serving his second game. Or no, he's back, but Gallagher is missing still. Shouldn't have mattered.
Yep.
They should have been able to win. Yeah. Thiago Silva, I will say, played incredibly. He's been a rock the entire season. I have nothing but good things to say about him. But I think the team needs to find more goals. Uh, Havertz and Mount have combined for 0 on the season. Um, Ziyech has not had a very big impact. Um, but also, this is a team that Tuchel came in and they had one of the best records defensively, and they've allowed more goals this campaign so far than they have in like the first 10 games last year.
Yeah.
Like they've already allowed 8 goals in 5 games, which may not seem like a lot, but they've only got, what is it, like 1 or 2 clean sheets, which not very good, especially considering that's kind of their thing. So they need to figure out what their plan is. They've just recently agreed uh, a transfer, actually 2 transfers. The first of which happened a few days ago. Wesley Fofana is coming in from Leicester City.
Yo.
They're just pillaging Leicester for the 5th or 6th time. Um, we won't talk about the Drinkwater one, but N'Golo Kante, former Leicester City. Um, Fofana, also former Leicester City.
Mhm.
Um, he could be very good, and there's a lot of hype around him. I hope he comes in and succeeds. I don't know what their plan is though, because it could just be rotation because Thiago Silva is quite old.
Yeah.
He's getting into his late 30s. He won't be able to play week in and week out. Um, so they'll probably rotate him a lot. But they bought Koulibaly this offseason as well. So they might experiment with some 3 at the backs. I know Azpilicueta can play in a back 3 as well. Um, but yeah, they got to figure out what they're doing. Maybe their newest striker signing will help. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang just has come in from Barcelona in the waning hours of the deadline day.
Yep.
So yeah, who knows what that will bring. It would be the sweetest thing ever if he could score against Arsenal, though. That's all I ask, um, because he used to play for them. But anyway, I digress. I could go on for a long time.
We
Southampton
yeah.
played well.
Yes.
They capitalized on the chances that they had.
Yep.
They had a lot of shots, especially a lot on target. Um, and the goals could have been even more. But they won the game, and that was the important thing for them. It was at St. Mary's. The
Yep.
home crowd was raucous and strong, and they got a boost from them, and they deserve the win. What do you have on this one?
Um. So the so for what I saw in the highlights, the defense, I'm sorry, I agree with you. The defense is weak. The first
Yep.
goal came off a corner, where they tried to clear it, and it went to a wide open guy on the outside of the box who kicked the ball, let it roll a little bit, and had time to kind of even gather it and do a one-touch kind of kick, like, oh, kick it, roll it to the side, and then get up and shoot it.
Yep.
Nobody rushed to him to try to block him. Everybody was kind of like being passive. I will also say that signing with Aubameyang. I called that. I flippin' called that like 3 weeks ago. I
Your
had
sources were
my
right, yeah.
sources were right. They said that more than likely he would come in, and I don't know if I have it recorded, but I know I at least talked with Matt about it.
You
I'm
did
like, dude,
mention it, yeah.
I'm hearing that he's
There
coming
was
in.
barely a sniff at
Yep,
that point.
yep,
All the transfer talk heated up within the last day of the deadline.
yep,
But you were right.
yep. I I wasn't that surprised on it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I will say though, Southampton, um, if they play like this, and usually they play like this in near St. Mary's, but if whoever it is plays defense against them again like this, it there's I'm sorry, you're gonna let Southampton get their chances and win, because it's a joke. How like I said, the first goal was one from afar, from the corner, and nobody kind of like approached them. The second goal inside the middle of the box. You can't let that happen. I don't care.
No
Middle
way,
of the
yeah.
box. You can't let that happen. I did get deflected and did go in the corner in there, but after that happened, and I believe it was like right after the half started. The rest of the game, it's like you didn't do anything. You just are just sitting there
Yeah.
going like, okay, like what are we gonna do? I guess
Just
we're
lacked
cool.
spirit.
Yeah, they just kind of
Um,
like, oh, somebody will step up. Who? Who's gonna step up? I don't know.
Maybe Captain America if he had played
Yeah,
longer.
if he had played. But you know what? Here's the thing: they're bringing Captain America in over and over again in like the 60th minute, and I'm getting really upset about that, because if you're only gonna allow him to play 30 minutes, you might as well get rid of him, because what was he glorified sub to you? I'm sorry, just get rid of him.
Even even then,
Yeah,
a sub should be able to come on and make an impact, and I don't think he's factored in on a goal
yeah,
yet.
yeah. I mean, if you're honestly, if you're that worried that he's gonna get injured, don't play him. Don't play him at all. Just either send him on a trade, send him on loan, get rid of him, do whatever. Like it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. I got this whole thing with them, but but like I said, I think if Chelsea keeps playing like that, yeah, I would not dare
They're
believe
not going to make
that they don't.
Europe if they
Yeah, they're
keep
not gonna
playing
make.
like
Yeah, I know.
this.
So I was gonna say
Like,
like, or if they do make Europe, it'll be seventh, and the only reason they'll get in is because somebody won the FA Cup in the
yeah,
lower in
or
above
like
them.
like the Conference League or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
Um, I will say that if Southampton keeps playing like this, they're not going to be relegated, and they'll be above where I predicted them.
Yeah.
And
I
the top
yeah.
six of my predictions,
Mhm.
if things continue like this, which it's a long season, they may not,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be like off like all of them basically, except
Yeah.
maybe the top two. But with Arsenal and with Chelsea and with Spurs right now and United, I it's been a lot different than I expected, let's say.
Right. Right.
But there are a lot of fixtures left to go. Anything can happen. Like perhaps whatever happens in this Leeds against Everton game.
Good segue. Um, Next game, Leeds versus Everton. Um, Game was a draw. Um, I know I'm going to be the weird one about this, but if I have to put, Team America and non-biased sense, which I probably would have done this week, I would have said the game was going to be that. It was going to be a draw. Reason is because um, what was it, the last 20 matchups that they had, or last 22 matchups or something, would have been a draw. Or I'm sorry, they had like 16, or was it, I think it was 12 draws, and then the wins were split exactly the same. So it was always close. Every single time was always close. But I'll let you go first and say a little bit about that game.
So I'll start off with a weird statistic.
Yeah.
3 matches in a row, Everton now have finished 1-1. And the previous 2 matches, they only lost by a goal,
Mhm.
which means they've been hanging in with every team pretty much.
Mhm.
Uh, Not something I expected. Um, they're they're finding ways to get results. Anthony Gordon's goal, very nice in this game. Um, he's really showing that he's something special.
Yeah.
Um, Exciting to watch him really flourish until a big club buys him in the next year. Uh,
Yep.
so yeah, um, I think yeah, Leeds probably if they could have converted some of those chances, they could have come away with 3 points. But again, Everton's keeper plays very well. Yet again,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Pickford. I don't know what to say. He's very solid.
Yeah, Leeds played well. I think the biggest one of the biggest things that Leeds has a problem with is they love letting the first goal go in and then trying to catch up. I don't know if it's something that has to do with like America, like oh we're always behind or whatever. I don't know, but
Only like 3 players on their team or like 2 players
I
on the
know,
bench
I
are
know. We
American.
joke about it. Um, there was also two major incidences that happened in the game. The first one was the Leeds goalie had picked up the ball, and normally when a goalie picks up the ball, you kind of just let him do whatever, kind of run around you. You can stand there, maybe he'll bump into you or whatever. But the Everton player kicked him, and no card, no nothing. He literally high chopped him like I don't know. I would even say like a karate, like somebody who does karate. And it was just like, yeah, here. And the guy's like looking at him. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" And the guy's like all laughing. It's like, what is going on here? There was also the other incident was somebody dislocated their shoulder in the middle of the game, and I'm
Oh,
like, oh, that sucks. And it was nothing. It was a nothing thing. And I was like, oh God, that's gonna hurt. Oh, and he had to come off, and he was playing well. He had been playing well in that game, and I do wish that I wish him the best. And it's a dislocated shoulder. More than likely, he's already
one
back.
of the
He's already
Leeds
good.
players.
Yeah, one of these players. Yeah,
Hmm.
it happened in the first half, but he hit Pickford. He actually knocked into Pickford going after a ball, and all he did was lift up. It was literally if you saw it and you didn't know what happened afterwards, you'd be like, oh, what's this? This is nothing. He like ran to the side inside the box, was trying to go for a
Oh,
header.
Rodrigo.
Was it right? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he went up for like a header to try to get it, and he lifted his arm up, and nothing happened. Just boop, and I would normally look at that and nothing, and next thing you know, boop. But yeah, those were the two big incidences, and I would just say like it. I don't know. It's something about this. It's just a lot of these a lot of these players, unlike Everton, are I don't know if they're just trying to be maybe they're trying to be bullies or something, but you could see them just every game just trying to like get in to their heads, like the other team's head, and it's like guys, just play your game. And if you can't play your game, then guess what? You're gonna go down. But don't.
Maybe that is their game
Yeah, I
to
know. Just
really like
yeah.
try and get other people off their game.
Well, the thing is, after
Seems to
they
be
did
working
that,
so far.
well, they Leeds scored a goal after that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the last few games I saw that I've seen that Everton is just you see them just get angry, and this was a very tough game, a very physical game. So um, but yeah, I say both teams. Do they both deserve a point from that? Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with it. I'll say 1-1. Would I have had 1-1? No, I would have had Leeds winning it. But yeah, I'll say 1-1. Would have been an okay score for that. On to the next game. The sleeper game of the week. Bournemouth versus Wolves. 0-0. Go
Yet
ahead.
another goalless draw. Um, I can safely say
Yeah.
that I could have predicted a goalless draw in this game, um, because that seems to be Wolves' MO. They did it a lot last year. I remember seeing quite a few. Um, and Bournemouth is not a high flying superpower of a team like your Man Cities. They fought hard. I watched most of this game. Wolves had a lot of possession, a lot of chances, and a lot of digging deep from Bournemouth in the final like 20 to 30 minutes to not concede a goal.
Hmm.
Um, Wolves could have easily scored, um, but well played to Bournemouth for hanging in there. Um, I don't think it ever looked like Bournemouth was going to win this game, so they will consider themselves happy with a point, especially after last week. They kept a clean sheet
Yeah.
after allowing 9. Um, they
Yeah.
are certainly going to be happy with that, but Wolves will be very disappointed to not win. This was the perfect game for them to pick up 3 points against a
Yep.
newly promoted side who just got absolutely battered, sacked the manager, and they still couldn't do it. Um, I think Wolves has shown they're a very strong defensive team. Um, they have a lot of skill players as well, but they need to find goals because this season they have scored 2 in 5 games.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you have to say about this one?
Yeah, I agree with this game. That game was one of the games that I was like I just saw the highlights and um I would say that was definitely a sleeper game. Did I think that game should have been 0-0? No. Could I see it? Maybe. But I definitely thought Wolves would have won and Wolves should have. They had so much time in
They should
possession.
have.
Um, but it wasn't like their goalie was like a great goalie or anything or did amazing or nothing, you know. It was literally
They just didn't finish,
yeah,
and Bournemouth
yeah.
just like cleared the ball every time. It was like
Every single time
just
Bournemouth was just like
gutsy defending.
I'm going to play defense. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like it wasn't like it was a game where you watch it and you go, yeah, that was a good game. Yeah, that Bournemouth played great defense. It was just like Wolves almost was like, oops, we didn't score a goal. Our bad. Boop. But yeah, honestly, there's not much to say about that. Again, I would have predicted a Wolves win, but I would have predicted a Wolves win for different reasons. It wasn't Bournemouth, and it was a night game. And I've said early in the year, if the temperature is below 60 degrees in a game or it's chilly there, they're not gonna win. And they haven't. They have not won a game that was under like 70, like 5 degrees this entire year. I
You
swear.
mean Wolves?
No, no, Bournemouth.
Oh, well, they haven't won a lot of games this
Exactly,
year.
exactly. If it's at home and it's under that degree marker, that's just what happens. So yeah, that's that's what I say. That's what I say. That's how I say it. Done.
Okay,
um,
next game.
Next game is Man City versus Nottingham Forest. Um, 6-0. Would I've no,
I don't think I
no.
would have picked 6. I would have put maybe 4.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
Uh, so speaking of the Wonder Kid that we were discussing in last week's recap video, um,
Oh, sorry, sorry. So we do have to say we did talk after the game about the Wonder Kid. The Wonder Kid is Harland. Go ahead.
yeah, yes, Erling Haaland, uh, the Norwegian talisman that they brought in this offseason, scored a hat trick in the first 38 minutes of the game. Uh, in fact, it was a left foot, right foot header hat trick. Um, a striker's dream, if you will. Um, very well taken goals. He's already, I think I saw a stat that he's 25% of the way to the most goals ever scored in a Premier League season, and it's been 5 games
Yep.
uh, out of 38,
Yep.
which is roughly 13%. So he's already like double pace, basically. Um, and yeah, who knows? You know, he's only going to have one other game against Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. Uh, but if he puts in 2 or 3 against like Arsenal or against Leicester, there's he, he's shown that he's very capable. The entire team is very capable. They're consistently at like 70+% possession. They pass the ball very well. They have so many passes a game. They and Selling scored this game very nicely. I think Forest really just were outclassed. Similar to how Bournemouth felt against Liverpool, they got behind early and really like there was not a lot of chance of coming back. Um, interesting thing to note. Young up and coming player for Man City, 22-year-old striker by the name of Julian Alvarez came on and scored 2 goals. If I am correct, they may be his first 2 goals for City, but they're certainly his first 2 of the season.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's an exciting player to watch for the future. Although, um, I will say part of the reason why they let Jesus go was because of him. Um, he can play as a center forward. It looks like, oh no, he did start the game in
Yeah.
like an attacking midfielder position, but he is also a striker. He's played a striker. He's obviously not going to start over Holland though.
No.
But expect him to score a bunch of goals because City scores a lot of goals and he's an exciting player to watch. Two 22-year-olds, by the way, that started up front uh, for
It,
them,
yeah.
and it's scary, man. I don't see a lot of teams challenging City this year.
Yeah. Well. So here's the thing. I think as the season kind of progresses, I'm gonna say Erlin is going to start losing some gas. With that being said, it you have a guy who scores 3 goals almost every game on average and loses gas. That's like a goal and a half a game, anyways. So it's not like it's gonna be a bad thing. They're so dominant. They're so dominant on all aspects. Um, I will say the best team to actually play them this season was Newcastle, and that's not just because I
Yeah.
love Newcastle. They did play them the best, but also they Man City did show that like don't don't sleep on us, not even for a minute. If you do that, we'll score goals immediately. I will
Nope.
say one of the goals too by Erlin, I think was an offsides, but I don't know if they just gave him the benefit of the doubt or something because
Well, they called a different one back that he assisted
yeah,
for offside,
yeah,
but yeah, they
he was in the
I
box.
didn't
I
look right
think
at the line.
I think if it would have been any other place, any other player, any other thing, it would have been it would have been called back because
It might be, yeah.
he was on the line. The guys kind of stepped forward a little bit for like a hat, kind of like a lean, and I don't know. It's Erlin was there, and then he kind of stepped back and then did the header afterwards. And when he stepped back, he hit it, hit it up. But whatever. It is what it is. They scored 6. Not like they were going to lose, but
One of those things, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe VAR looks
yeah,
at it and says,
yeah.
we don't think it was like a clear and obvious error. Like
Yeah,
usually they bias towards leaving it as is.
yeah. I'm just
Um,
hoping that they don't give him the LeBron favor, where it's like LeBron can go in and kind of take the extra step, can actually
or the Sidney Crosby favor.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Actually, yeah, I
The
don't know.
can do the little extra stuff because he's a good player, and they know it, and they're like, you know what, it's fine, it's fine. He's a good player. He's a good player. We're not, if it would have been regular, whatever, it's fine. I just hope that
Not
they don't.
Timo Werner though. Timo is always called offside.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
We won't
yeah,
we won't go to that.
yeah. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I would say about that game. Pure dominance. Did great job. Erlin again, wonderful. Can't say enough about him. We were talking in the break how that team has literally a 22-year-old who we have to say is a wonder kid at 22, which is got all the aspects of a great player right now, and going, holy crap, this kid's only 22, and 24 is when you get out of like the wonder kid like range. Like, oh my God, he's gonna be amazing. So, great job on Man City. Nottingham Forest, it's Nottingham Forest. They did what they could. Hopefully they'll do well next week. Next game, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Um, Wow. Wow. Speaking of last week's video, we said Aston Villa needed to step up. I believe they did.
They
I
showed
believe
some fight.
they did. They showed some spice. The game was 2-1. Um, Arsenal won it. Great game. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, so I watched a good chunk of the first half of this game. Um, and Jesus did score early. Well taken goal. It could build up. I think Arsenal passed the ball around very well. they make it very hard on other teams to just deal with them. Um, and Villa put in a good shift. They hung with them, and they delivered an equalizer. Douglas Luiz um, in the 74th minute. Interesting fact. I don't know if the transfer went through or what, but Arsenal on deadline day, the day we're recording this video,
Mm-hmm.
sent multiple bids to Villa for Douglas Luiz, which were rejected. I don't know if they eventually were successful. We'll update you all later, but
Yeah.
um, he scores against them, right? An
Yeah.
equalizer, a big goal in a big game, and then they go out and try and buy him. I think is hilarious.
Probably saw.
Um,
Yeah, I probably saw how good
but
it was. Yeah.
um, alas, Arsenal would not have their perfect record shaken as just 3 minutes later, Martinelli gave them the lead again. What can I say? But like Arsenal are showing everyone that they're a strong team. At this point, they could be competing for a top four spot at the very least, or perhaps more, as much as it pains me to say it. They have not showed many cracks. Uh, I am excited to see them play another team near the top of the table. Um, but then again, if they handle them soundly, then I don't know what to think. But yeah, props to Villa for making them fight for it. But
Yeah.
um, it's going to be a tough season for Villa, I think, still too.
Yeah. I think a lot of fight Aston Villa gave in this game. Again, Gerard, you really have to try to figure something out when you face the big boys. You come back, you're excited, and I would say I think the goals were like 2 minutes from each other or something. Like it was a
A little bit,
goal,
yeah, just over 2 minutes, I think.
yeah, and it was like wow, like you can't let that happen. You literally had the crowd out of it, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're right back in. You can't you especially big teams like that. Congratulations to Arsenal. Um, they showed that yeah, they're. I'm definitely gonna say that they're gonna definitely gonna be top four. They're gonna
Can we
fight for.
jinx them
They're gonna
though?
fight. Yeah. What's that?
Invincibles? Can we
No, I am
start talking about
no.
Invincibles to
No, we're
jinx them?
not. No, we're not doing. No, because that's what you want. You want Jinx. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, no, they're that's not that's no, they're not going to be invincible. They're going to go against Newcastle, and Newcastle will get a draw, where Newcastle will be up seven
Well,
nothing, and then
Invincible
it'll be
is
draw.
unbeaten, right? So as long as they
Oh
don't
yeah,
lose a game,
so they'll lose to
they'll
Newcastle, and
lose to
Newcastle will be
City.
up 7-0. There you go. I don't know.
Um,
No, but they'll be perfect, and Newcastle will be their
for a
only
while.
draw. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling it right now.
Okay. You think they'll beat City and
Yeah,
Liverpool
easily,
twice?
easily, easily.
Wow.
Liverpool, yes, definitely. Um,
Interesting about City. Villa have lost to West Ham and Arsenal, and next week they're hosting Man City at Villa
mhm.
Park, which is looking to be a slaughter as well. Um, it's not looking good.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. But yeah, like I said, that game should the game been a lot more than that? Yes, but you basically showed, holy crap, that Arsenal did great defense. Their defense held up. Their offense just kept playing. But you as soon as you scored that goal, bad idea. Don't I don't know why teams keep doing this against Arsenal. Stop scoring goals against Arsenal, all right? Just wait until like the 99th minute or something, all right? I know it's nothing, but just wait until that 90th minute, all right? And just score, and then don't let them score. Just 11 back, all right? And you guys will win, all right? You dummies. But yeah,
Yep.
they congratulations to Arsenal for sure. Next game, West Ham versus Tottenham. Draw 1-1 on that. I didn't have that. I definitely had Tottenham winning it. I
I
would have had
probably would have
Tottenham
also done
two
that.
nothing, 2-0 easily. Would have been mine. But go ahead. Yeah, say what you feel about that game.
So I watched a lot of this game as well.
Uh-huh.
Um, I will say the goal that Spurs scored was in very Spurs fashion.
Hmm.
They were not really doing a lot, couldn't penetrate the box, gave West Ham a bit of possession, bang, counter attack. They got their forwards and all flying forward. It ended up being an own goal, but it could have very well been a goal for Kane or Son
Yeah.
or any of them really. Uh, and uh, and it was looking very bad for West Ham because West Ham couldn't break them down either. Um, I tuned away briefly to watch one of the other games, and I looked back, and West Ham was equalized off a goal from Tomas Suchek. Um, some part of me just loves seeing West Ham ruin Tottenham's day, being a London rival and all. Um, Usually it's been Manuel Lanzini in the past, uh, but Socek did it today. He scored the equalizer. I think Tottenham deserved to win. Uh, they actually had much more possession this game.
Yeah.
Their only goal was on the counter. They had fewer times that they tested the opposing goalie. Um, I will say West Ham had a few chances.
Yeah, they did.
Um, Antonio had one that hit the post in the first half.
Yes. Yep.
That, oh, if that had gone in, the game would have been completely different. Um, but credit to West Ham for taking a point. They looked very negative at times, but they battled back and they really don't want to fall that far behind in the table. And
Nope.
they always they put in a performance against Tottenham, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have predicted a Spurs like 1-0 win probably.
So I would have, like I said, I would have had Tottenham winning 2-0. Um, I mean, I think Tottenham played well. I think West Ham had some great chances here and there, and they just kept playing and playing and playing. But it was like spike moments where they would play this blase, and then all of a sudden, boop, all the way up. They spike of energy and then back down. Then blase, spike of energy, boop, and back down again. It's just these up and down, up
Yep.
and down, up and downs. And I think I think Tottenham should have known that they were going to have those spike moments, and knowing West Ham is not scoring a lot of goals this season, you should have been
Yep.
aggressive. You said, ooh, excuse me, you said in last week's video, the style that the coach plays in Tottenham is defense. Bad move.
They need to try and score more
Yep,
from open play, from build
yep,
up, as opposed to just from counterattacking.
yep. I agree.
That was a criticism of Liverpool's a few years back that they only really played counterattacking football.
Hmm.
Um, and they've really improved a lot in that sense, but I don't know if Spurs are there yet.
Well,
They
I
have some
get,
very good players, but
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, mad props to West Ham on that one. Good game. I still say Tottenham probably should have won the game, but nice job on West Ham at least getting the draw. Next game, which would be my
favorite.
tears jar moment. Um, first thing I'll say about this, first thing I'll say is Liverpool versus Newcastle. Um, uh, Newcastle brought in a brand new player, Isaac from
Yes,
Sweden. Holy crap! Now I
he
saw
looked good.
him. What's that?
He looked good.
Yeah, I saw him play earlier. When it first came in, I was like, I gotta check this guy out. Come on. I saw his highlight reel. I saw how much they bought him for. I saw his like wiki page on what he did in the lower leagues and what he did over in I believe it was in Spain. He did in Spain, and he had a chance to go to Barcelona. Turned it down. He had a chance to go ahead and play in another higher league. One, it was just I don't know which league, but they said one of the bigger teams, and I think it was a bigger team in England was wanting him. I think it was Everton at the time. Wanted him when Everton was good. turned it down. He would rather go to Dortmund because Dortmund was a team that he knew if he goes there, you're going to get playing time if you're young and you're good. And that's what Dortmund does. They bring these young players in that are amazing. They get a little older, they sell them. They're a great team. That's what they do. Um, and then Dortmund traded him or got rid of him or sold him. And he was like, really? I mean, I'm a good player, right? And they're like, yeah, 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 but we're going to sell him. So Isaac, big pickup this week. I will let you go into the game more so I can cry my tears. Go ahead.
Yeah, so both of us suffering a 2-1 disappointment this week. Um, Unfortunately for Newcastle, they also led and then conceded 2 goals. This game was at Anfield.
Yeah.
They stunned the crowd with the first goal from Isaac, a very nice goal. I believe they only completed the transfer like a few days before this match.
Nope.
Um,
Well, yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah,
it
I
was
know.
like it was like 3 or 4 days before, right?
It was 6 days before.
Okay,
He would have played against Wolves, but his work permit uh wasn't in.
right.
They didn't have his
This was
work
his
permit.
first eligible
Yeah,
game.
so it was like 6 games beforehand. I know it had to be before that, which would have been 4 days beforehand. Um, and
Yes.
they would have been able to fly him in until at least a day before that. So they would had to have signed him 6 days before.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Um, Slight aside on that, I think I was reading that a lot of the work visa and work permit issues are kind of coming out more recently in the wake of Brexit.
Yep.
So that's an interesting thing to look at with non-English players or non-UK players coming in. Um, but yeah, he scored. It was a very well taken goal. Um, they were leading, and they played a very positive first half, I'll say. Um, all 5 of their shots were in the first half, um, which doesn't bode well for the second half, where Firmino found an equalizer. I was saying in last week's video um, just how well Firmino's been playing and how difficult it's going to be for the manager to decide, okay, like how are we going to play Firmino but also Nunez when he
Hmm.
comes back from his suspension, which is completed now after this week, I believe. Um, but so the game was 1-1. Newcastle was hanging in there. At the end of the game, they were really just trying to survive, I think, much like Bournemouth was against Wolves. And I believe there were only supposed to be about 5 or 6 minutes of added time.
4.
There ended up being more than 7.
Uh-huh.
Uh, uh, if any of you are aware of the old Fergie time from when Sir Alex Ferguson managed United, and they always seemed to get just a little bit more of extra time when they were chasing a goal. Um, it seemed a little bit like that. I don't know. Newcastle were kind of wasting a decent amount of time just trying to get to the final whistle, which is understandable. But yeah, in the 98th minute, Carvalho got a cross all the way across the box, managed to just slide it in, and much to the disappointment of all of Newcastle. Um, I'm sure you feeling quite sad because of that, which I'll
Yeah.
let you elaborate on now.
So first thing I'll say is I watched this like most Americans would watch this on Peacock. You can also watch it on USA Network if you got cable, but most of us don't because it's just too expensive. So what happens is you'll go ahead and you'll watch it on Peacock. If the game is not on Peacock and it's on USA Network or NBC or whatever, the unfortunate thing is you have to wait for a replay. Normally, though, the replays are on at like 7 o'clock in the morning, or 8 o'clock in the morning, or 10 o'clock in the morning, right? They're early on in the morning, so you get a chance to watch it. This game, unfortunately, was during a night game, so it has to be 24 hours before the or after the night game's over. And so I look at the time on when the night game or when the game's going to be on, and it says tomorrow at 5 p.m. And I'm like, are you kidding me? and that would be today at 5 p.m. I'm like, I have to wait to watch this game, and I know Matt and I are going to be on, like, trying to do our videos at as soon as I'm done streaming. That we're going to be boom right there. And so I was like, okay, just don't get spoiled. Just watch something else. Like, don't get spoiled. Don't get spoiled. And last night, I think at 3 a.m., I typed in Matt like, God dang it, somebody spoiled me on the Newcastle game, and I was so angry that I got spoiled, and I was even angrier because I was like, great, now I know what the score is, and now I gotta watch a game knowing what the score was, um, but I saw the game and oh my goodness, the stats are totally lying. Newcastle had the best chances in the game the entire game. Isaac played amazingly. He could have scored. He could have got a hat trick his first game. There was one goal that he scored beautifully, um, where he just hit it top corner. Allison was going to go left as he should. Most players will try to go in that lower corner there, and he went top. He went to the other side of the net, and it's like whoa. The other one came in about 50th minute. He goes down the side, goes down the sideline. He's running. He goes. All of a sudden, he crosses on one player. He makes him slide. Crosses on another player. He makes him get out of the way, and he goes top corner and scores a goal there. I'm like, okay, we're 2-0. Oh my god. And this offsides, oh my god, by inches. Inches, barely. I mean, it had to be a shoulder, like a just a bit of the shoulder jersey or something. And yeah, offsides, unfortunately, and so they took away that goal. Um, they took away the goal, but there was another one where Trippier came in the middle. He had a chance to get the a goal. Trippier controlled the ball, did like a 360 flip. Looks like he's going forward, and you're like, oh, I can take a shot here. Which normally I'd be like, yeah, until you look immediately to his left, and because of Trippier gathering the ball right there, Van Dyke goes off Isaac and goes right after Trippier, and because of that, Trippier feels that pressure and goes, okay, I gotta shoot this. So he goes and shoots it instead, goes wide. If if he would have waited an extra second, look forward and go, oh, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Trippier, it was one of the strikers. I'm sorry, I apologize. One of the strikers.
Like Almiron.
Yeah, no, Elmeron didn't play. Um, one of the I think it was one of the other maybe it was Trippier that was up there. Anyways, so he was there, but if he looked, he stopped for a second and turned and he looks to the right. He's got Isaac wide open. And Isaac's looking at him like, dude, I'm right here. Like, come on. And he's smiling though. He's like, come on. And he's near that right post. He could score that goal. So, Liverpool then in the 60th minute go ahead and score one of the first chances that they've really had a good chance to score. And but the game was like, oh, like Newcastle had so much energy going into this game. They had so much pride and love and joy. And even with that said, Newcastle took this team to 90 plus minutes, down Bruno, down St. Maximin,
True.
down. What's that?
They
Yeah,
were missing a lot of their
they
big
were
players.
missing. They missed. I believe it was four players. They were missing four key players, and it's like you, wow, you took Liverpool to that to a draw. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it to a draw because that's bull crap. Now it will be said, the reason why, if you did not know, the reason why the game went on to extra time on top of extra time was at about the 80th minute marker, Pope grabbed the ball and he was laying on it and he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he kind of like fell down and was like, "Oh, I'm wasting time. We're wasting
Oh
time."
yeah,
And uh, they said that Jurgen was in the ears
they
of
booked him, or
uh,
no, they didn't.
no booking. But Jurgen was in his ears the entire time, going like, guys, look, he's wasting time. Guys, he's wasting time. Guys, he's wasting time. Guys, he's wasting time. And so the line judge went finally over and said in his head speaker, like, hey guys, we got add an extra couple of minutes. And that's when they finally got the corner. And the problem with the last goal was he got the corner, it goes up in the air. If Again, Trippier, I believe it was. I'm not sure who it was, but or it's Longstaff. Actually, I think it was Longstaff. If Longstaff would have stand a little bit to the left, and I believe one of their other defensemen would have got a solid kick out of the zone, the game would have ended as a draw. He actually
Yeah,
kicked it. The ball goes straight up in the air. Longstaff can't get the ball. It falls down, and the guy volleys straight up in the air, hits a post
yeah.
perfectly
It's a really
straight
nice
down.
goal.
Yeah, it was a beautiful goal. I'm crying my tears. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying. I can't believe it.
You'll
Uh,
get your chance to get them back at St. James.
you dang right, and that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna own those guys this time. But I will say, great job by Newcastle. That the stat line again does not show anything about how that game should have ended, how the game would have ended. Uh, I would say we should have at least deserved a point, maybe even a
I think
win.
based on the first 45 minutes, they deserved to win. The
Yeah,
second 45 minutes, they didn't, but could have ended a draw. It was very
true,
close.
true. And then finally for the week, we have on the matchup we have Leicester Leicester City versus Manchester United. Um, this game, oh my God, can we talk a little bit more about this game again? It was
Yeah,
like two great rivals coming at each other and having a bore fest. I'm sorry. I know the goal was scored early. I know the goal was scored early on. But God, can you just I saw the highlights. It was still a bore fest via that. But like I said, go ahead. It is your turn.
so yeah, I watched most of this game. Um, the central goal was on a counterattack. They just couldn't quite cover him, and he got open and slid it in. Um, I will say Leicester really just looked like they were like trying and trying and trying all game and just couldn't quite put things together. They had a lot of times where they had a really nice move forward that got like wasted, or they would switch the play and move upfield and then just lose the ball, and or someone would miss the net, and it happened like three times in extra time that like they blew it over the net. Um, I really thought that they put in a good fight,
Hmm.
but every time United had the ball, at least in the first three quarters of the game, they looked very confident. They passed the ball around Leicester. Like Leicester was chasing
Yeah.
basically most of the game, and I think the team that won deserved to win. Sadly, um, and all of a sudden, United two clean sheets in a row with the same back four. Um, they've won three matches in a row, and Ten Hag has them well disciplined. I will say, three out of the back four got a yellow this game.
Yeah.
Um, which like Leicester was pushing them. Leicester was really like going at the wings, basically, really trying to widen the game, widen the pitch. Um, but they couldn't find that goal. Uh, and De Gea made a very nice save on a free kick from Madison. They had a lot of free
Yeah.
kicks, Leicester, and this one was going curling around and over the wall, top right corner, and full stretch. De Gea made it there. That would have been a draw, basically. If he hadn't made that,
Yeah.
that was the equalizer. But yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, the I will say about this game, great, like good job, De Gea. You came back from that Brentford game,
Horrible,
did great.
horrible game.
Harry Maguire, the captain, did not play, or sorry,
Benched,
did
yeah.
not start. Yes, um, incredible. They I think they found their flow. Ronaldo didn't play, so I mean I think you're
He
showing.
subbed in near the end,
Yeah.
like 80th minute or something.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, they three straight wins in a row, two clean sheets, but yeah, that will be the end of the week here. Great to see you guys here. Thank you guys so very much. I hope you guys have a good week. Thank you again, Matt,
Of course.
and goodbye.